everyone, welcome back to my channel. Daisy here with another 12 days of trends, past, present, and future. This is day 3 of the past trends, and it is a 2-page layout. So I'm starting with these 2 pages of white cardstock. I put them together the way they would go together so that I could outline around the outside in black. And then I'm using this paper from Oasis, Crepe Paper Oasis, to back this cut file. And this cut file is by Sarah Bailey, I believe, on the Silhouette store. And this layout is a scrap lift of a layout. I believe it's by Flora, is it Farka? I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. And I believe it's on the Crepe Paper website, but now that, of course, I scrap lifted it, I can't find it. So I'm hoping I'll be able to find it and link it down in the description box below. But I wasn't able to find it to include like a photo of it in my video. So I apologize for that. I'm just adding the little pieces of the letters back in here. And I love this paper and how it looks. It's just perfect for what I'm using it for here. So I cut this big title out of the upper part of the right page of my 2-page layout. And 2-page layouts is something that I do not do very often. I have done them in the past, and when I do them, I kind of go a little nuts. So this is actually pretty simple compared to my other 2-page layouts. For example, I did one that is completely covered in fringe, except for the center is a cutout heart. And that's kind of where I put my title. And I had a super long title. And then I had another one that also had fringe, I think, and that was about when we got my puppy. And yeah, so it's a great way to get a ton of photos on, and I definitely do that. I think I get 10 photos on this layout. So it's definitely a great way to do that. I don't know why I don't make them more often. I just don't gravitate towards that, because usually I only use a single photo, and I think that's what it is when I'm using multiple photos, this would be a great way of doing it, but then I don't always think about it. So anyhow, complete tangent there. But anyway, I have these photos of my family. I am not included because unfortunately there were very few photos of me. But they were enjoying the beach. We were at Clearwater Beach back in February. It was so cold, but we were having fun anyway because we're from Wisconsin, so even though I think it was like 70 degrees and the ocean was freezing, or actually this wasn't the ocean, this was the Gulf, but it was freezing. To us it seemed like normal weather, because we came from, I think it was -25 while we were down in Florida. So yeah. Now I'm just using these pieces. These are also from the Crepe Paper Oasis collection, and I'm just creating little clusters here. I did buy this collection on the acdigitals.com, which is the American Crafts where you can go buy the digital collections. And I do this with collections that I love because I can reprint all of the die cuts, I can reprint the papers, I can size these things up or down based on what I need, and then when my Silhouette is agreeing with me, I can also use the print and cut feature and cut them out with my Silhouette. It worked on some of these. Some of these were cut out with my Silhouette, but then there was, I don't know, my registration marks got all mixed up. And so, yeah, it didn't work on all of them. But anyhow, if you're interested in learning about the print and cut feature, you can let me know. I'm not an expert at it, but I can, at least get you through your first time. So if you're interested in learning about that, let me know down in the comments below, and I can possibly put together a little video of everything I have learned from watching like 100 other videos. So now on this side, they were just goofing around and like acting like they were fighting and everything, and so I am using a series of photos that I took. Yeah, just catching their shenanigans on the beach. I am not backing my photos with anything, and they're actually printed on matte paper, which is, I'm actually liking it on my video because there's no glare, but I didn't back them with any papers because A, I thought it would be too busy, and B, it would take up too much space on the, like I felt like it would take up too much space on the layout, so I just chose not to use anything to back them. Now I'm using this big title piece and pop that up on some fun foam. I'm going to add this tag over here, and like I did on the other side, I'm adding some fun foam to the tops of things but not to the bottom. So I want the bottom to lay flat, but I want it to look like it has a little bit of dimension, and so that's why I'm doing it that way. And I'm just going to kind of mirror on both sides here. Excuse me. And this little motel thing, I mean, obviously we're not at a motel here, but it just was cute and it fit, so I decided to use that. In this little vacation, I am going to be adding in some yellow. I was kind of sticking with this pink and teal color scheme, but then I add in a couple of these little yellow word phrase sticker strip things. And another flamingo. And then I was going to add a little cluster down here, and I don't think I end up doing that. Just because I felt like it was getting a little too busy. But maybe I do. No, I don't. I take it away. And I do end up adding that Hello Happiness underneath the getaway, and then I also will add some journaling. Just a little bit of journaling, and it's not like in depth or anything, just about how much fun we had at the beach and how we're hoping that for our next vacation we'll just, because we were actually staying in Orlando, but we drove the 2 hours to get to Clearwater Beach, and I think we are just gonna plan on staying at the beach because I feel like the kids are getting big enough where they just want to spend time at the beach, so I think that might be our next vacation. And then I believe I'm going to pull out some Spiegel Mom Scraps sequins, and I think it's Girly Glitter is what I end up using. Excuse me. Playing around with these banners, I kind of wanted something to span across both pages, but they just weren't fitting quite right. I did like that, but I figured just the outline that I did would be good enough to kind of bring the two pages together. So like I said, Girly Glitter are the sequins that I'm going to use, and I'm going to pull out some large pink ones and then some yellow ones to pull in some more yellow. And I'm going to end up using my Zotz Blings to stick these down because that is the best way to stick down sequins. There's no mess, your fingers don't get sticky, and they really hold down to your layout. So just layering these around, and then that's pretty much going to be it. So if you haven't already, head on over and check out Christy's take. I'm sure it's adorable. I haven't actually got to see it yet, so it will be a surprise for me. But I am really enjoying this series, and so we will see you again next week with our last day of our past trends. So it's exciting to move on to the present, and our future ones are pretty interesting. So yeah, I will see you again next time. Bye.